How you doing, guys? ZedEye here. So today I wanted to do a review for Hogwarts Legacy. Now, as you can see by the title of this video, I mentioned that this game feels, and just basically is, disjointed in a lot of cases within its story and characters. But it's not necessarily to say that the game is bad. It genuinely is not a bad game. Spoilers, this game is actually pretty damn good. Now, there are some cons and pros with it that I definitely got with it, and I will mention them all. But I want to mention first of all of the positives, the good things within this game. And first thing, it is at least the positive in my book, but I cannot state that because I'm not much of a Harry Potter fan. And as such, I think this is a detailed and quite a faithful Harry Potter world that Hogwarts Legacy has. But like I said, because I don't have much of a fan or kind of an interest towards Harry Potter, even though I read like 1 or 2 books, and I'm pretty sure I've seen all the movies as well, maybe I've missed one. And I do remember some instances from there that genuinely is quite basically similarities that you'd actually would expect from Hogwarts Legacy, and it's actually quite nice to see and at least to revisit it, if that makes sense. And as such, I think this may be definitely positive for a lot of people that especially are big fans of Harry Potter books and also movies. And so yeah, this definitely is a step into the right direction. Now, unfortunately, it's been clarified that there will be no DLCs. At least they were not even thinking about making a DLC for Hogwarts Legacy, but because with the recent success that this game has received, I'm sure it's gonna get its next sequel. Now, I purposely will ignore one fact. It's regarding controversy going on with J.K. Rowling. I really don't give a shit about this. This is a Hogwarts Legacy game review. She or it or he or whatever does not have anything involvement in here, and I don't give a shit. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna ignore this topic from now. So let's continue into the game as it should be. And I want to mention that the combat, it is definitely a good thing. But unfortunately, I kind of feel a little bit weird, or at least clunky spell swapping, I'm noticing. Maybe also you just need some time to get used to it, but yeah, at the end of the day I did get used to it, but I still am gonna say it. It still feels clunky. Like a lot of cases, because there's like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 spell swap that you can have at one go, because of a press of a button, or is it not even press of a button, it's like one holding the button, the other whilst the pressing of a button. It's like kind of convoluted a lot of cases, and I feel like maybe a simplistic way would have been more, right? It would have been better perhaps, but I don't know. Again, like I'm not a game developer, so I do not know. But I'm certain that could have been a lot utilized a little bit better. But I definitely want to say that the spells and the combat in general is really, really good. Especially with the dodging mechanics, that you feel like a third-person perspective kind of video game, like action adventure style. For example, like God of War Ragnarok and stuff like that. Similarities are there, and I really, really like that. And spell casting using your wand and everything, and so many puzzles that you have within this world is genuinely pretty well done. But of course, there's a big negative. Copy and paste. There's copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, whole thing through. But the way that they do it is quite smart. It's like they have got that 15-second rule, so not to get the character, or not you as a character, not to be bored of this world, you constantly be able to find something in the world to do. But also not a smart thing that the way that they have changed a few things around, that doesn't actually necessarily make you feel copy and paste. There's always 2 different things, or at least 4 to 5 different things that you can expect coming across within the world. So it doesn't feel repetitive. But unfortunately, as me going, because I'm a bit of a trophy hunter, I'm noticing these negatives, and that's why I'm mentioning it in this review. But again, this is a mindset of a trophy hunter, and that's not a good thing, because I'm trying to stay away from trophy hunting now, because it's literally ruining my gaming experience, because I'm actually not trying out and I'm not playing video games because of trophy hunting addiction that I've got, and that's a problem. I need to move away from that. It's actually ruining my gaming experience, like I said, due to I want to experience a lot of other games, but because my mindset of a trophy hunter prevents me playing that different sorts of games, because they have different difficult platinum trophies to get, or they have very, very grindy trophies to get. And as such, I just made the decision to get Hogwarts Legacy because I'm very curious to see what's all about, and also it's getting very good reviews too. And so of course, I don't want to just sit on and not think about this game or not even giving it a shot. And as such, I decided, fuck the trophies, I'm gonna enjoy this game just for my own sake, if that makes sense. Alright, I want to mention a few other things. Quite a fun customization options that you've definitely got in here, especially quite a rewarding sense of progression. Especially when you continue through the story, you end up unlocking so many unique new things. For example, capturing beasts, opening up a shop. It's just so much going on within this game. I really like it. It doesn't feel stale. It doesn't feel boring. And I just it's kudos to them. Seriously, they've done a phenomenal job with this. And it feels quite important. But of course, in a lot of cases, I tend to ignore the creative room or whatever the hell it's called. Look, I don't bother remembering these names. And yeah, and I just try not to bother with that. For example, brewing portions, you can also do. It's pretty cool, but again, whenever I want to, that's when I'll do it for the quest. I purposely try to avoid them, even though I played this game on a medium difficulty, and there were some challenges definitely going on there. But also, this is definitely negative, man. It's such a needlessly limited inventory. It's so needless. What is going on with this? Constantly have to go to shop and sell them or destroy them. Of course, I end up going to the shop and selling them because obviously you get cash from that, or coins, I guess, right? And so you can use this coin to purchase new things that you can do to craft or customize of your room, basically what you want to do, have potions brewing, or if you want to grow some plants, or if you want to capture some beasts and let them grow in your vicinity. It's just, there's some awesome things that you can actually do with this. It's actually quite clever. You can even grow beasts. Can you believe that? Seriously, you can actually match the male and the female of the specific beast types, and they can have children of their own, basically. It's pretty cool. You see, there's such a tiny details within this world that it has. I'm genuinely impressed. It's incredible. I don't think there's so many games have done such a phenomenal job with that, for sure. Okay, so I want to say as well that since I played this on my PlayStation 5, I never really had those crashing issues or frame rate issues, even though I definitely did encounter some, but they were not really notable for me to say oh man, this is bad. Because I had such a little amount of time that with those issues, I'm ignoring it on purposely. Okay, so here's the main thing that I've got a big problem with this game, and like I said, how disjointed it is. Okay, so you can create your own character within Hogwarts Legacy. That's awesome. That's very good, and all that. But because of this issue, I don't think maybe the developers have thoroughly actually thought out. But the story feels disjointed, especially within the cutscenes. Especially when you're having, you're going through the story or for your friend or with your friend, right? You can make their own decisions and talk about options. That's irrelevant. That is non-existent in this game. There's no decision making except the last part of the the end. There's basically two decisions that you can make: go on more or less of a dark side, or more or less stay the same as usual, right? Well, being good side basically. And yeah, basically there's just nothing. There's no decision options. There's no decision making if you really think about it. And as such, basically, here's the thing. Disjointed when I mean within the cutscenes. Whenever there's a moment, for example, difficult moments, and you can see that your friend is getting through some very tough situations, and they're completely ignoring you as a character as if you're not there. But in all reality, you are there. You can clearly see yourself. And the way they just ignore you completely, it feels so off. It's like you're not even supposed to be there. I don't think they thought about it. For another thing, I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a, maybe not too serious, perhaps, but perhaps, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe it just needs to be a higher rating game in terms of availability for a lot of people. I kind of want to have a little romance, if that makes sense. But again, that would have been a lot more challenging for the developers to do, say, because you can choose a male or female character to play within this game. So obviously, if there's like a female friend, what if she's not interested in you because you're a female? She doesn't want to be like, you know, a lesbian or stuff like that, right? And I kind of get that, perhaps. And also, another thing, am my character a little bit too nice? Like, I know you can have options like go on a more negative option, you know, with the response, like say you pay me more because this was a difficult, you know, quest to do for you. And as such, you know, you can be a little bit of an asshole or you can be a very nice person. I mean, I kind of get being a nice person. I've seen movies, like I said, like they're all overly nice. And another thing, where the hell are the bullies? I'm noticing there's not much going on in terms of the bullies, because like I feel like bullies should be there constantly barragging you and stuff like that, if that's the word anyway, barragging. Yeah, anyway, just basically constantly on your toe, like you have to be aware of them, like, and kick their ass. And I feel like I don't feel that I'm that important within this story, even though at the end of the game you do feel important. But that's just it. They just completely ignore your existence once again. You know, for example, you come in as a 5th-year student and you have to catch up to the rest of the peers. But then after I'm looking at all the others of the classrooms, the classmates, and even the teachers included, I feel like I'm a badass compared to them. And maybe that's just the thing, because I feel like I'm the best of them all, right? They're all teaching how to do these spells. They're all teaching, you know, teachers are teaching students how to brew, how to raise these beasts properly, how to have a conversation with these beasts properly as well, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like a professional, while they're all like, you know, subpar at best. And you see, like, when during the combat as well, there's some moments they're definitely able to do something about it, and they can, like, you know, take away you know, they can be distraction actually for the enemies. So I'm like, you see, there's so many questions that's been involved in here. I feel like these characters, they're like irrelevant, if that makes sense. And because of me being there, I feel like I'm disjointed. I'm not a part of this world. And I feel like that developers needed more time to craft within here. For example, there's similar levels of like Cyberpunk 2077. You know, you can choose your own character. You can be any of the the sex change as well, like female or male. But yet it matters because of characters that you meet. But again, that's also a difference there is because of 18 years of age rating. And I don't believe this is an 18 years of age. I haven't checked that with the rating system. And I don't even pay attention to that anymore. I'm 27, so why should I, right? But anyway, you know, guys, these are my thoughts, right? Like, I'm not saying the game's bad. It genuinely is not. If I would have had to give it a score, I'll give it like 7.5 out of 10. I cannot give it my consciousness, give it like a 9 out of 10. It's definitely not. This part of this Disjointed seriously like bothered the hell out of me. Alright guys, like and subscribe. See you guys all, and have a wonderful day.